And Wish has cratered. This is brutal for Disney. This is a movie that cost $200 million. $200 million. Let that sink in. This is a movie that they created to celebrate their 100th anniversary. Their 100 years. And this is what they came up with. Pretty embarrassing, actually, when you think about it. Spent $200 million on this circle jerk for themselves. And it's bombed. It's absolutely bombed. This is going to be a huge failure. I keep saying that because I think it's important to note. $200 million. Godzilla Minus One cost anywhere between $15 to $30 million. 15 to 30. 15 to $30 million. Not 200. It's insane. Where does it go? Well, they're clearly cooking the books, aren't they? Clearly. So anyway, again, multi-layered. Because whenever we talk about Disney animations failing, especially when they're nonsense and garbage, sure, it's funny. But bear all of this in mind. Well, bear this in mind as we go through this entire video. Is that this movie was created to celebrate 100 years of Disney. That's the real comedy, guys. So the Walt Disney Company's latest animated film, Wish, collapsed at the Thanksgiving box office, failing to hit even the lowest of the low projections for the film. I wonder when people are going to start admitting that just the Disney brand is dead. Huh? I wonder. So, best wishes. Walt Disney Animated Studios' Wish is set in Roses, a magical kingdom where wishes really do come true. The film introduces Asher, a sharp-witted idealist who's invited to see firsthand where King Magnifico, because it took them all of 5 seconds to come up with that, keeps the wishes of those who've entrusted him with their deepest desires, featuring the voices of Ariana DeBose, Chris Pine, and it had director Chris Buck, who did Frozen and Frozen 2, and a whole bunch of other people on board. So, in theory, should have been okay, but nah, the brand is just dead. So, through Friday, the film only grossed $20.2 million over the Thanksgiving weekend. It took in $2.3 million on Tuesday. So, this has been open. This is what I mean. They say Thanksgiving weekend. It's been open since Tuesday. Fucking Tuesday, guys. I think that, if I remember rightly, this movie is estimated, right, to hit on the absolute highest estimates, $35 million. That's terrible. $35 million. It's been open since Tuesday. So no, 2.3 on Tuesday during previews. Wednesday before Thanksgiving only raked in $8.3 million. This is historically been a good day, good time for Disney films as well. Except for last year, wasn't it? Strange Worlds that tanked as well. So Thanksgiving Day, it took $3.9 million. And on the Friday after Thanksgiving, it took $8 million. That's, well, terrible, really. Not good. So wishes do come true. In Walt Disney Animated Studios' Wish, Asher, sharp-witted, blah, 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 blah. I covered all of that. God, why is that doing it again? That's very strange. Anyway, box office analyst Luis Fernando notes that the film will likely only gross between $30 to $35 million in its 5-day Thanksgiving weekend and only between $18 to $23 million in its 3-day opening. So the actual Friday, Saturday, Sunday, which is atrocious. So he wrote on Twitter, the ghost of a disastrous number 3 place keeps haunting Wish, which underperforms industry's projections over Thanksgiving long weekend at US box office, as the Disney animation grossed $8 million on Friday, up 125% from Thursday Thanksgiving Day, versus Encanto, they did $11.1 million. Strange Worlds did 5, Elemental 11.7 for a 12.2 cum, eyeing $30 to $35 million for a 5-day Thanksgiving opening and a $18 to $23 million 3-day opening. So, again, not good. So, early box office projections from Box Office Pro at the end of October said it would open between $45 to $65 million, but that's bad as well. And then they would also say between $64 to $94 million for its 5-day weekend. Or 5-day Thanksgiving opening, whatever. That's not even close to that, is it? Box Office Pro would then decrease it. Just keep decreasing it week on, week out, week on, week out. So it would be 40 to 60 million. Then for its 5-day weekend, 57 to 86. And then it went down again, 35 to 44. 49, 66, and we're not even close to that. It's so funny. It's so funny. And they even say this. This article's great. It's over on That Park Place. It says, not only is the film completely collapsing at the box office, but the collapse means the Walt Disney Company is going to lose even more money than expected. And again, this was to celebrate their 100 years. I can't get over it. That's what I really like about it, is that it's just so comical. So the film has an estimated production budget of $200 million. It means roughly that the film needs to gross at least $500 million in order to break even and cover costs of marketing as well as the split that theatres take from the box office grosses. I mean, it's not going to do it. It's not going to get anywhere close to it. So it's got an A- cinema score. No one cares. This is the thing. Like, that's just an indicator that the people that watched it liked it. That doesn't mean anything else at all. Interestingly, WDW Pros, friend of the channel, did actually review the film. And it says Disney's propaganda that they likely believed was nostalgia or homage. Very funny. Very, very funny. This comes like a few days after we literally had Disney admit that fans have dumped them and they don't know what fans like anymore. Which is comical as hell. Again, it's important. 100 years, guys. 100 years. 100 years of failure. And we even have Deadline. I mean, Deadline are basically saying the same thing. So, you know, it's not just other websites that are saying it. It's literally renowned kind of-ish shill media. So if we look at Disney's Animation Wish here, came in third on Friday with $8 million behind Apple's original production, Sony distributed Napoleon, which earned an estimated 8.4. Wish and Napoleon are in a tight race for second, to hit $32 to $33 million over 5 days. That's so bad. So bad. And then they even say this. So as far as the withering of Wish, it's no surprise that CEO Bob Iger said days before the movie's opening during an earnings call that the studio lost some focus when it comes to the quality of their picks. They're used to winning on both fronts with critics and audiences, and the $175 to $200 million production of Wish is not without sour reviews. When we start hearing things about the lackluster summer pick Elemental being one of the biggest movies on Disney Plus, it's clear the Mouse House is in competition with itself. Yes and no. So funny. Anyway, there you go. I mean, there's not much else to say. It's just a bomb. And it's just comical as hell. I mean, this $200 million down the drain. Leave your thoughts down below. Hit subscribe if you're new here. Take care. Bye-bye now.